Hello, everyone. We're right on 10 o'clock time, Eastern time. Another darker morning this spring day. So let's see if we can get the candle burn. I didn't get out to get some flowers this morning for my little setup here as it's rainy outside. Hi, so wonderful to be here. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. I'm aLex Levin. We're in the Sun and Moon Yoga Studios YouTube portal, and behind me is my dog, Rock. I recently got a new book by Mary Oliver, her book called Dog Songs. And I've seen this book before. The poems are interesting. They're varied. She has a very special relationship with her dog. So anyway, this is a gift from one of you out there. Mary Jane, thank you so much for the book. I'm enjoying delving into the poems. My books of poetry are very interesting. They're really powerful for my inspiration for my spiritual path and life path, actually. I enjoy them a lot. And I don't read a poetry book cover to cover. I pot shot, and poems often take a while to grow on me. Some of them grab me right away, and some of them I'm not so keen on at first, and then as I read them, they grow on me. I'm going to share one of these that has this topic of "Come What May." I believe it might be in Moulin Rouge. I'm not sure what musical. There's a song "Come What May." Maybe it's a different musical. Maybe you know. Anyhow, thank you for being here. I was delighted on Tuesday, Wednesday, one day this week, Thursday maybe it was, morning. I was at a cafe with my friend, and Lisa Sajowski was there in person. So it was such a treat to see you in person. And I really thrive on knowing you're out there. So one of the ways, there's a few ways you can let me know. You can register, and there's no cost for this, but you can just go online and register through sunandmoonstudio.com. You can put something in the chat if you're here real time with me, or you can email me at alex@sunandmoonstudio.com, the same string as the URL for our web page. I am aware my sound has not been so great. Staring at the register. When I listened last week, especially, it doesn't happen every week, but seems like these headphones seem to pick up this background sound, maybe especially when I'm not talking. I'm going to try to remedy that. I could actually go and turn the fan off, and that might help, but I'm not going to do that today. So get yourself comfy, get yourself cozy, somewhere you can just be for a little while, be comfortable. It might be on a favorite armchair, your couch, might be you're in bed listening, participating. Might be like me, I'm a floor sitter. I love to sit on the floor. And I've got some props nearby, a cushion to put under my knee. I've got a cushion to sit on that I'll prop myself up on in just a little bit. So let's start with, we'll center and arrive. We'll segue into a very mini movement practice, and then we'll segue into silence and stillness. So arriving, and if you still need to be gathering what you need, a cup of water, a shawl in case you're going to get cool. Just as you're gathering, and then coming more and more still to just being here together. Come what may. And so you might be noticing as I guide you too often, and maybe it's just second nature now, noticing the feel of the body leaning into the ground, leaning on the ground, like leaning on a friend, leaning on someone's shoulder. And the force of gravity helps us with that. It's drawing us downward. Perhaps noticing that you could soften the belly a little bit and feel your breathing a little more accurately, with a little more intimacy. And so it's helpful to be starting to get still, perhaps closing your eyes and just feeling, letting the body, this instrument of the body, help us feel where we are right now, which so helps us into this into the present. It's our body is always in the present. Our mind, our emotions, our memories, our dreams, our disappointments can take us back or forward, which aren't really in existence anymore. But when we tend to the body, that is right here present. And then we can see, feel what is true about the breath. And thoughts will continue to come in and impressions that could be from the past or the future. But the the play is to keep coming to this invitation to right here. And right here is not separate from the sounds, the space around, and everything else around us. So while we're very much here, feeling the breath, feeling body, feeling where you might relax more, where you might stop resisting gravity, which might mean a little bit of a bow if you're upright. A curved spine is absolutely fine, but we can listen. And so we're not separate from the sound of the ventilation, the sound of Tommy the cat cleaning himself, sound I vaguely hear bird sounds in the distance. Oh, I hear them louder now. And just notice the quality of really fully being here. So easy these days to be partitioned, to feel like, yeah, I'm here, but I'm kind of like looking at my phone as well, or I'm listening to something, but I'm also here. Yeah, sure. So maybe it's not, it's it's giving our full attention to here. We're never not here, even when you're partitioned like that. You're still here, but how we're, excuse me, recognizing our own sense of being and presence and really attending to this moment. Perhaps there's something like a greater fullness that you feel, or a calm, or maybe some jittering emotions. So, whatever it is, but there might be a more fullness, might be the word for it, a wholeness. And there's something in that. I'll let you come up with the words you have, which is a valuable process. When I do this naming, I'll talk more about it another time, maybe another, I'll dedicate one of our next segments to it. But today, I'm just coming into whatever is happening, whatever's in the past, whatever's future, oh, we're right here now. It's always the theme, one of the themes at least, a very main theme in this practice. Perhaps you identify a quietness that is not the quietness of absence of sound, but the quietness of a very still lake. Image I saw was when you have a little bit of a fog or cloud over a very still lake. And so I'm going to take us into movement, but first I'm going to uh, read to you. I'm going to read to you this poem from Dog Songs, and it's a conversation of Miss Oliver and her dog, Ricky. You never know where a conversation is going to go. Said Ricky to me one day, "Why is it you don't have a tail?" Well, I just don't. Maybe once upon a time I had one, but not anymore. What happened? Did you have an accident? No, no, things change. Sometimes. Over time. You mean maybe sometime I won't get a walk? I won't get dinner? I won't get hugs? That's plain scary. Plain scary. No, no, it takes a really long time. In fact, some things change over time and some things don't. Well, how do I know what's what? Day by day, Ricky, you find out. Has anything changed that troubles you? Hmm. Actually, nothing. I like everything a lot, every day. We'll see. Keep on liking things and praying. Oh, I don't know anything about that. Yes, you do. Every time you wake up and love your life and the world, you're praying, my dear boy. I'm sure of it. You get a really nice image there. One of the ones I'm getting is how dogs they're just loving. They might even growl, but they even seem to love the growl. My dog like growls and his boundary's been interrupted, but he's in it so fully in the moment. They're such good teachers for us for that. And perhaps other things struck you about this poem. I'll write it up later in the notes below this video. Probably later tonight. I'm busy this afternoon. So now let's take some movement. I'm going to scoot back a little bit, and I'm going to leave my legs in a. If you're in bed, you can do this. If you're sitting in a chair, you can sort of do this. Just a free flowing. Maybe I'm going to put my knees up this way because the free flowing motion I'm going to take is knees over to one side and flowing my arms in that direction and then rolling in the other. So it's sort of a rolling from side to side. It might feel like parts are twisting as one part goes farther than the other. And as we take our arm and head and eyes deeper and in that direction. So feel into your body and feel how the twists are happening and watch where your gaze goes. Be aware of where you put your arms, your knees, just all the parts in space, and watch and observe how you feel at your mouth, at your belly, what flows easily, where there's some resistance, where there might be creakiness. Maybe everything flows freely and you just come. In my younger days, I didn't have the creakiness, and you just come to that sweet boundary where you just give everything a squeeze. And we're just seeing, like, like Ricky the dog meeting his day. And maybe you, if you're, in a chair or on the ground, you can shift even the where your torso goes, can feel how the feet are changing what they feel. And then, as I often have done, as you roll in one direction, let your head and eyes go in the opposite direction. And this could be just a small movement from side to side if you're in a chair, not quite as much space. And so at the neck, at the upper chest, upper back area, and neck, the spine goes in a different direction. And so this truly is a deeper twist. And just let it feel delicious. Lots of choices of how to do this. I think it's pretty simple. And then let your head, eyes, spine, torso all go in the same direction. Couple times. So a prayer is sort of like a real engagement, a celebration or a request from what is right here. I come to a still place, and perhaps for me, this is true. I'm not sure if this will be true for you, but check it out. I feel right ready to be still. Movement with attention can do that for us. It can bring us right into stillness. And so from here, we'll sit for, oh, I think we could do 9 minutes today. What an indulgence. So maybe the movement brought you right to the stillness. Maybe like me, you need a little bit of adjusting to get all the parts to be content. And where to place your arms, your hands. And let's begin the stillness, the silence, with a little guidance from me. And so you might take some of that arriving that we did earlier, that identifying ground, not just identifying, feeling, sensing into ground. And its invisible force of gravity, this vertical force that even if you're lying down, you can feel what's up, what's up toward the skies, what's down toward the center of the earth. This invisible grid that's holding us like a hug to the earth. And that blanket we call the atmosphere. And so just attending that way to how body is oriented is right here, and the little ways that it reports from our amazing nervous system where everything is, the shoulder, the ear, the belly, the heart, and help bring us right into this moment now. And we become more and more aware of the wholeness that already is. Just bringing ourselves right into the present, training this muscle to come back again and again. We get this uh, clarity of what's really true. There are often we parse things into parts, and that's beautiful and uh, useful and harkens from, comes from the source, the wholeness, but it's not the whole. So the parts can change, like a tail that's cut or ears that are clipped. It doesn't change the amazingness of the dog as an integral part of the whole. Anything that you register as here is welcome. Wholeness of the breath, and maybe simultaneously a feeling that you can't breathe very well. And the fear about that, all that can be here, and not change the glory of what you are. Perhaps even tastes or spans of ease and joy visit you. Few more breaths together. And so I bring my palms together in front of my heart as a gesture of the end of this practice. I do this because the bell doesn't come across on this platform. On Zoom, it works really well. I don't know what they've done, but or maybe I need to ask somebody about a setting here on YouTube of conveying the bell sound better. Technology. Thank you for joining me for this sweet practice, nourishing practice. It's so simple and so powerful to be still for a little while, to come to bring our attention, to take that work that muscle of coming to just right now, to culling away all the past and future, and it will popcorn in here and there, but then we just can come to this. I don't know, maybe you have another word for it. Today I was really feeling it as fullness, as wholeness, when I'm not, when I've let the thoughts and all the worries and concerns and hopes and plans be backgrounded. And that gives us a greater sense of this eternal sense of ourself. And doing this together is so, so, so powerful. So super grateful for that from you. Thank you. Rock is fast asleep. I will see you guys next week. Yeah, next week. We don't have a break for a while, probably not till July. Even on Memorial Day Sunday, I will be here. So thank you. Check out sunandmoonstudio.com and be well.